Yes, you can be seated.
Oh gosh, they're approaching again, y'all. I know it got good conversation going up in that chat room. Thanks, Jason. Look, everybody got an opinion. No, you're wrong. You're right. You're wrong. This is why he's a cup. Whoa. Like it went off the Richter scale, right? No, OnlyFans, anything is possible. Jim was possible. After seeing that trial, anything's possible. He could have got away with, they could have did everything he could have not known. Anything is possible. Jim is possible. Oh, look, she fixing her hair. Oh. Oh no. Sometimes I look at her and I feel so sad for her. She got some pretty large ears too. Oh, okay. That's just my opinion. Y'all. I'm not shaming. I am not going to keep saying that word because they will, it's so funny because they will demonetize me. I got demonetized the other day, y'all. I have to tell y'all about that. I was like, what? I'm like, we the best behaving channel on YouTube. How dare them? Look at those binders. They get bigger and bigger each trial. He just sitting back and watching fire. Oh, I know, OnlyFans. Yeah, we are the best behaved on YouTube. So I was really, really surprised, but I know where it came from. It's all right. I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I didn't think it was that deep, but just so y'all know, they do think it's that deep. I'll tell you guys about it when we get finished with the trial. It's not that serious. Not to me. But yeah, they did hit me one good old time. I was like, what? You know it was one of y'all.
They're still over there, but
Jason? No.
you can bring them in.
I know I should have. That's what I should write them and say it wasn't Zach. Guess who's back? No. And it wasn't even from the chat. It was from one of our panels.
You may be seated. You may continue with
All
your
right, guys.
cross-examination, Ms. Fulford.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Adelson, isn't it true that before getting married to Mr. Markel in, was it 2006?
2006, we got married.
Isn't it true that you've stated that you knew on your fancy wedding day, when you were all dolled up and feeling like you were an actor in someone else's show, you knew it on your honeymoon when you were enjoying the vacation but not thrilled to be there with him? You said, I'm not sure I liked him, let alone loved him, but I was eager to start a life with someone and he wanted to do it with me. You recall saying that?
I don't recall saying that, no.
I have placed in front of you what's been previously marked as Defendant's Exhibit 1B for identification purposes. It's towards the bottom of page 3.
I see that I said that in 2013.
Ms. Adelson, you would agree that when Danny Markel was murdered on June the 18th of 2014, your little boys lost their father for the rest of their life.
On the day that he was murdered was July 18th, and yes, my boys lost their father.
They're growing up as 11 years have passed without his influence in their life in any way. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say without his influence in any way, but yes, they've grown up without their father.
He's not here to give them advice.
He is not.
He can't come to any of their functions, sports, anything else.
Correct.
They're not eating kosher like they would have with their father.
They are not.
They don't have him at all.
They don't have him in their lives day to day, no.
Because on July the 18th of 2014, he was brutally murdered in his driveway. Isn't that true?
That is true.
And you testified on direct that anybody in your family that had anything to do with it should be held responsible. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And that includes you, doesn't it?
Anyone who's responsible.
Redirect examination.
You said you were an actor in someone else's show. Whose show was it?
I think I felt like I just wasn't fully present in my own life, that I had always been a real people pleaser. And so there was an aspect of not always being true to myself and wanting to make other people happy.
And one of those people is your mom, right?
Yes.
And that's part of why you kept going with relocation, even when you kind of had some doubts about it, right?
I would say it's part of the reason.
You were asked on cross-examination about the final order on relocation issued June 20th, 2013. And didn't you stipulate to making it with prejudice, I guess? Do you remember doing that?
I don't actually remember stipulating. I mean, I see it in the order, but I don't remember actively saying anything or participating in a stipulation.
In fact, when you've testified about this previously, didn't you indicate you didn't know what with prejudice meant?
I think it's not something that comes up in my daily practice. And so at the time I had forgotten that it meant that it was a final order.
All right. And it was suggested or said on cross that you didn't tell your mom it was final and she was misled and she thought there was still room for it, right?
That is what was said to me on cross.
I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as 64JJ. Just take a moment to review this exhibit and let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Do you recognize that email?
I mean, I recognize the email address. Is that what you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Who's the email from?
The email is from my mom and dad's email address to a friend of theirs.
Who's the friend?
The Klegermans. I think it's Vicky, the woman in the relationship.
Okay, and it's signed Love Donna, right?
Yes, sorry. So it's from my mom.
And in this email, does she indicate to the Klingermans that there is no chance at the appellate level for appeal of your relocation?
Yes, that's what the email says.
All right, and is that email dated 6/25 of 13?
Yes.
So 5 days after the order was issued, your mom did know that that order was final based
That's-
on this.
Based on that email, yes.
Okay, it was, you were asked questions about, your mom never suggested any harm to Dan Markel to you, but she did want to bribe him, yes?
Yes.
Take control from him, weren't those her words?
Yes.
Aggravate him,
Yes.
scare him.
I don't remember scare him, but I'm I believe that was part of it.
Give him some grief.
Yes,
Take something from him.
yes,
Show that fucker what would make him absolutely miserable,
yes.
but definitely not kill him, right?
I don't know what the question is.
Donna was caring and devoted to your boys. You were asked about that. That's true, right?
Yes,
In fact, she maybe cared a little too much about your life and you and what was going on with you sometimes, right?
I don't know that you can care too much.
Even the Nazi uniform craziness came from her version of some kind of place of love. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Because although her lawyers tried to downplay this, she was suggesting a baptism for these kids, right?
yes,
She said she looked into it and could get it done in 2 weeks, right?
I believe that's what it said.
And didn't she justify the means or claim that this would be harmless to your children because it was just like playing dress up to them, right?
Yes,
Just like Jake the Pirates.
yes,
She thought the ends, relocation, would justify the means, didn't she?
yes,
And she thought a move to South Florida was what was best for you
yes,
and what was best for your children,
yes.
who she cared about more than anyone in the world.
I mean, I don't know who she cared about most in the world, but she loves
there-
me and
Is
And-
there anyone that she cares about more than those two boys?
my dad.
Okay. She thought relocation was best for those boys. They were
Yes.
going to have better opportunities, right?
Yes,
Better family support,
yes,
a happier mother
yes,
with a more lucrative profession.
yes,
And your lives all depended on it. Isn't that what she said?
yes,
And Dan Markel could have agreed, couldn't he?
he was amenable, but then he didn't want to
Well-
ultimately.
He could have moved to South Florida, right? Isn't that what you were asked on cross?
Yes, he could have.
Could have moved to South Florida and enjoyed all that delicious kosher food down there, right?
Yes,
And if he had relented, you and he could have had separate lives in Miami and happily co-parented the boys, right?
in
That
theory,
could have happened.
yes, it could have.
Except he wouldn't relent, would he?
I mean, he said no, and so we had a hearing, and the judge said no.
Right. He wouldn't relent. He wouldn't give your mom what she wanted, would he?
I mean, we only had one conversation about it, so it wasn't like a ongoing thing.
It wasn't an ongoing thing. What wasn't?
I mean, between Danny and I, we talked about relocation. He said he would think about it, and then he said he didn't want to. And then we had the hearing, and then that was the end of it for me.
Yes, but you were asked on cross, wouldn't things have been potentially great for Danny down there too?
Yes, I think they would have.
Couldn't we all have lived happily ever after if he would have agreed to move down there too? Possibly, right?
Possibly.
But he wouldn't agree.
He didn't agree, no.
Nothing further.
Jury, before we continue this afternoon, we will take a brief break. The bailiff will take you back to the jury room. Seated. Yes, go ahead. Very well. With there being no need for a proffer from this witness, you may step down. Ms. Kappelman, will you be recalling her at any point under your subpoena?
I don't intend to, Judge, but I would ask that she remain unmovable at this time.
Very
She's free to
well.
go about her business.
You are not to discuss your testimony with any other person who will be testifying in this trial. Mr. Lauro, will you need to be heard any further, sir? Have a good day. The state's next witness will be whom this afternoon? All right, you can bring the jurors back in.
Judge, I think, did you want to instruct him?
Oh, yes.
I am so glad to see that. She went
Well,
to her
no,
dad
bring
and
the
gave
jurors in
his
just
due.
yet. You can bring in Mr. Adelson. Everyone can be seated.
Aw.